Welcome back to Winter Anime Death Game
2020, the remedial lesson.
Part 5. The
5?
forgotten part.
You want to put this as 5? Okay.
Yeah.
So, as we talked about in the last episode, we all had real bad feels from a lot of what we watched.
A lot.
In like a general way. And I was like, I could make 2 suggestions for things that would make us feel better.
So we just came back from watching what was it?
Inspector.
Inspector, and I didn't want to get hurt, so I
Bofuri.
put Bofuri. I didn't want to get hurt, so I put all my stats into defense or something like that.
Bofuri stand for?
Maple Story.
Maple Story,
Like on the real?
like Boken probably or something,
Yeah, it's
or
I'm
Boku.
Sure
Like I don't know what Furi is short for. Furita or something maybe, I don't know. Regardless,
Ray,
we will be referring to
DJ.
the MMO
Eric.
show as Maple Story from here on out, just so you don't get, because the main character's name is Maple. So try to keep up. Go on, Eric.
Wow, that was harsh.
Ray, Eric, DJ.
I'm Ray.
I'm DJ. He's Eric.
Ray, which of these would you like to talk about first?
Let's talk about Maple Story. I don't want to talk about Maple Story. But let's talk about Maple Story first. No, I mean, honestly, Inspector was I'll talk about that one first. So
Almost spit out my 7-Up.
So
Not a plug.
It's a beverage.
it is a beverage.
So you want to talk about Inspector?
Yeah, exactly. It opens
I'm waiting
up
for 10 seconds from now when he says, I want to talk about Maple Story.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean,
You want to talk about both?
yeah, we're going to talk about both. But we can start off with Inspector.
Inspector looks like it's going to be edgy from,
Oh, yeah.
from the box.
I did not want to watch it. When you told me Inspector was good, there's a reason why I didn't watch it. Just that art just looked so fucking...
It looked like the muted colors of Future Diary kind of deal. I know not all of Future Diary.
It looked like it was going to be a very serious show, though. Like a very self-serious show.
And in a way it is.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
But not in the way you're... Like,
Not in a bad way.
It presents itself. I mean, it...
It handles serious topics, but in a lighthearted way.
Right. You know, you have this...
For the most part.
This little girl who's being told by miscellaneous voice, you're going to be the goddess of wisdom. And then it just cuts away, and you're
To
like...
be fair, she was asked.
Which I think that's a title, not the actual, like...
No.
Yeah.
It's simply a title.
It's like being the vice president of chocolate. You're not actually the vice president of anything.
But you do get to settle disputes regarding chocolate.
That's right.
I want to be that vice president of chocolate.
It'd be pretty sweet.
All right. So...
Inspector Ray.
The little girl who
It's quite lively.
is quite lively.
Against all odds.
She and her sick cane,
So it's just the beginning of House.
yeah, go and meet a boy at a bus stop
At a hospital.
at a hospital where banter ensues.
And you remarked that this whole show could have just been, or this whole episode,
I should say
could
yeah,
have
the
just
whole
been
episode,
about their
yeah.
dialogue, and you would have been like down.
Because it was the back and forth as far as them explaining how they met, why he was there, not so much why she's there. They didn't explain why she was there.
Nope.
Not in
Oh,
that conversation.
yeah,
with the bench.
not as succinctly. And then,
Suppose it's more implicit.
you know, she expresses, you know, that she's been watching him for a while, 2 years in
I
fact.
say about 2 years.
And that and over that time period, she's developed a certain affection for him.
Well, yeah, he's hot.
He's quite the looker.
Quite the looker.
He is an Ike man.
He's not bad. Like, he looks like he could be in the show free.
He could definitely be in free.
And he but over those 2 year period, he was already dating somebody.
Saki-san.
Okay.
Mr. Booze.
But recently they broke up, and he goes into an explanation on I don't know why they broke up. It involves a Kappa.
What's a Kappa, Ray?
That's what you say in chat.
That's right.
What?
That reference is totally lost to him, and I don't know what's sadder, that he didn't get it or that I said it.
And he didn't get it.
What?
A Kappa is a yokai. It's like a turtle duck man.
I know. No, what do you mean that you say it in chat?
Yeah, you just say it in
If
the
you
chat.
don't know, then I'm not going to take
Nope.
time in this to explain it to you.
Oh my god, he's looking up Kappa in the chat. Cool. As he's doing that and going down that rabbit hole that he doesn't want to go down.
Yeah, it's such a waste of time.
You know, he's saying, oh, you know, then I ran away. No, he didn't say I, but like, then you know, one person ran away and didn't expect, you know, to be that type of person. That's why she broke up with him. And you know, House, the little girl, kind of was like,
Kodako?
yeah, was like, but you didn't say you ran away. And there was this like little twist, little tension. It was all right though.
You
Some
scared that
coward
turtle.
who ran away.
What?
He said some coward ran away is what
Yeah.
he said, yeah.
Yeah, you scared that turtle real bad. I get it. I knows it because I was kidnapped. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you've just figured that out. Sweet, welcome.
What the Why? Okay, regardless.
Kidnapped by ghosts and yokais.
Yeah, I was kidnapped by ghosts and yokais to be kind of their mediator at the age of 11. And then I was found on a bench without my
Left leg.
and
Right eye.
right eye. So, yeah, and if you don't believe me, go to your local library. Support your local library, kids.
Then she gets on a bus.
And then she gets on a bus and hangs out with the saddest ghost and the saddest samurai.
Yeah.
Well, yokai appears to be like creeping up on her to probably kill her,
But
or
not
eat
in
her.
like a plunderer way.
No, not in a plunderer way.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he's like one of her besties, one of her fucking bros,
He's just-
one of her chads.
She's in the top 8.
And yeah, she's like, he's like, hey,
How dated can we get this episode?
that's-
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a deep cut.
A top 8?
That's a real deep cut.
How many of these things is he not gonna?
Wow. Did he look up top 8?
He's looking up top 8.
An Urban Dictionary?
Sure, why not?
Something that ruins friendships?
Sure is.
Oh, you mean on MySpace, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
He just wants to read his Harlequin novels.
Not me. That yokai.
Yeah, that's why Tisha's not in the top 8. He doesn't read enough Harlequin novels.
You don't know that.
I do. That's why you're not in my top 8.
Don't know me very well then.
Great. Glad that's been established.
I should be so
DJ, a hardcore connoisseur of all things Harlequin.
Yeah,
That's
like
why he
Birds
likes
of Prey.
the Birds of Prey trailer so much. All right, so anyway, he goes to the library. He goes to the library, finds out, yeah, there was a kid that disappeared and then came back.
And he's like, that's real weird. And he walks out, and who happens to be there? The kid. She's like, fancy meeting you here.
I mean, she's 17.
She's 17, but she's like, fancy meeting you here. Didn't plan this at all. Totally planned it. Because we find out from Harlequin Dude that he can't check out any more Harlequin novels because there's like big bad yokai in the library.
Who they find this from? That's right, they find it out from one of those super fans from If My Pop Idol Makes It to Mokudo. He just runs at them, and then he trips over his own balls because obviously he's a Tanuki.
Well, he is. And it turns into his ghost Tanuki form.
Trips over his own balls. He trips all over his balls.
It's a Tanuki joke, Ray. You wouldn't get it.
I totally got the Tanuki joke.
I say it's
get
a
it.
Pompoko reference.
Yeah, Pompoko.
Anyway,
Top 8.
top 8.
Top 8.
Shut up. You didn't even know what we were talking
I
about.
know what it
until
is now, though.
Fucking 2 seconds ago. Fucking Kappa. in the chat. You get it now?
I do.
Okay. They go inside, and she's like, "You're gonna help me deal with this big bad yokai."
Or else I could be dead in the newspaper tomorrow.
Yeah, it's only my life in the balance. Do you want that guilt on you? Your hands?
Yeah,
Do
do you want
Do you?
this young girl who just confessed her love for you to be dead?
Your strong, attractive hands.
So they go
which you
inside.
definitely have too.
Right.
She has 2 hands as well.
That was
You know what? Let's stop addressing it.
okay. So they go inside, and you don't have to look that one up, DJ. You'll see in a minute. They go inside, and then they go up the stairs, and she stands up to it, thinking that when the big bad yokai sees,
Which is some kind of tap dancing crab demon.
fucking
No, obviously it wasn't that.
DJ had to look that up real quick.
No, I
just to make sure.
didn't.
It's like, tap dancing crab
They
demon.
can't see that.
It seems to be some sort of John Tron reference. I'm
Yeah.
not familiar. No, it looks like a 6-legged goat pig.
Or looking more kind of like a dragon
It's just
salamander.
a dragon.
Yeah. It was like a dragon-y salamander.
Yeah, okay, fine. Call it
Yeah.
what you want.
Do we watch the same show?
Yeah, I think
Are you
Eric,
okay?
I think Eric was possessed by a yokai.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude,
point being is she thought that because you got to remember
she's full of vitality.
she's
quite lively.
She's quite lively. She's been putting all her stat points into sass. So,
Sass.
yeah. All the other yokais have been like, you need to stay away from this dude. He's bad mojo. Bad business.
He's bad for you, girl.
He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
He's a fucking Montague at Juliet's birthday party.
I know,
Damn.
right? That's what I'm saying. That's some bad.
Boy!
You didn't have to look that one up. It was good.
Sorry, I don't know all the scummy pop culture references.
Top 8.
Go on, Ray.
Where was I?
The dragon bites his
dragon.
arm off.
Oh, okay. No. I get it. But like, all the other yokai are like, stay away from him. He's like not good, and she's thinking, oh well, then he's been scaring off other things. He's gonna scare off this big bad yokai.
She can tell that there's something different about him.
There's
but she
something
doesn't know
different, yeah,
what.
and neither do we as the audience. So we're along for the ride. Plan doesn't work. They have to run, but then he decides to stand up and extend his arm,
His beautiful arm.
his left arm, for that matter.
Beautiful.
His
left
supple,
arm.
handsome arm,
His-
which he definitely has 2 of.
Exactly, until he gets bitten off.
What happens, Ray?
He grows it back like almost immediately, and he's like, I guess my flesh is poisonous to yokai. And then the dragon just literally just and just melts away.
He's a BTW.
And he's like, yeah, dude. By the way, I ate some yokai flesh when I was younger too,
When I was like 11 years old, I
Yeah.
ate 2 of them.
Yeah,
I
and
ate
it-
a lot of it.
and I liked it. So, from this show, eating yokai, and then it goes to be continued.
So in summary, he was a boy, she was a girl. Can't make it any more obvious.
A little more obvious. The show is well written, and it could be a little less subtle with certain things at this point.
He was a boy, she was a girl. They both saw dead people.
Yeah.
The ending slaps.
The ending slaps so hard.
Because
It's almost as good as that new Black Clover ending.
he
Or opening, whichever that is.
I thought it was intriguing. Very, very intriguing.
That show's real good. Spectre, like, fucking Dark Horse.
I thought it was very well written. I might have not have sold it with my description as well as I should. Highly suggest watching it.
It's Mushishi, House, and
Unsolved Mysteries.
I was gonna say Free, but yeah, Unsolved Mysteries and Free.
Free.
Like
It's those 4 things put together.
original Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, with what's his
with
name?
trench coat.
Yeah.
Small town. Okay, but
Eric, do us the honor of telling us about Maple Story.
Okay. So Maple Story is another one of these full dive VR MMO game.
Stop me, you've heard this
shows.
before.
And please, before you run to watch it, hear me out. It's pretty charming. And it's not even that bad.
It's not. I thought you were going to say it's not edgy trash.
That remains to be seen.
it could turn into that real quick.
Did you see that turtle in the ending?
No, you're right.
I
It's not gonna. It's gonna turn hard left away from that. You're
I
right.
was
I'm
gonna
sorry.
say it's
I'm
not
sorry.
sword art, and then my brain was like, no, she became the Black Shieldsman by the end of the first episode.
Yeah. What if then like 6 episodes in she gets 2 shields?
Yeah, she could be just like the guys in Dark Souls. The Shield Knights. The guys who just have the 2 shields.
I know.
You-
She's gonna be
you know
female
this.
Kirito with 2 shields. It's gonna happen.
But she just walks so slowly. So her Stardust Stream parallel attack will not be very quick.
Doesn't have to be when you have 2 shields.
Fair.
They're just gonna come. It clearly has been established. You don't have to do jack shit if you have like a shield and like high vitality and.
How about the fact that the way that this game handles stats?
a very liberal understanding of how stats work, because I'm pretty sure there aren't many games where you can have a 0.
Also, like, not many games that just let you say, "Hey, you can just take 0 damage
No, that's
forever."
That's a thing you could do if you
build there's probably somebody who's like figured that out.
you
like,
can min max
and maybe-
shit like that.
yeah,
You
maybe
usually
not.
can't
But
do
not
it at
to,
level
like,
1.
from the
Yeah,
very
I was gonna say
begin- yeah.
maybe not at level 1, but
Like,
I
even
mean,
still, like, even in like higher level, like, it's not like you're taking 0. You're probably taking a little, and like you're just recovering.
well, I'm sure there's some games that you can just mitigate
Well,
entirely.
let me give you an example. Monster Hunter Iceborne, you can outpace damage with healing,
Okay, yeah.
like natural healing, not even like
Oh.
items. Like there's ways to do it.
Okay.
So there's a possibility. Needless to say,
This girl, Maple, breaks this fucking video game wide open and plays
I
it
don't
the
know if
best out
she's
of
breaking
any
the game.
person ever.
or if somebody's giving her this shit because like
Well,
all
no,
those
she's
skills,
the one that's like, hey, I'm gonna have max vitality.
No, she's saying that, but all these skills that are coming up that are like,
I mean, it's just like all those other VR MMO games where it's just like, oh, I did this task enough times, I get this skill.
See, I don't remember that being
Or like
a
not
thing
even like
in,
the VR MMO ones, but like what was it? Kind of like the isekai ones where like slime hero or I got reincarnated as a slime, and then like Eric was saying,
So I'm a spider now, so what?
Yeah.
So that if I had one really big complaint about this show, and I have 2, but if I had one,
But only one.
it would basically boil down to the fact that it feels an awful lot like either there's someone behind the scenes
like a ghost in the machine.
giving this person the ideal role, or the writers doing it. and
Well, we got to get that costume.
that's yeah. Well, you have to get the costume, and that's fine. Like I understand that. It's just that's not the most exciting way to handle that. Like if the character just gets it, and if the show is gonna lean into the more comedic aspect of a character who can't get hurt, but also it's like deploying an Evangelion every time they have to go into a basic encounter, just because of how long it takes to get there. Like there's place in the world for a show that's that premise.
And didn't they spend 10 minutes fighting that apple rabbit?
An hour.
An hour?
It drops a 1 hour later. Yeah,
Oh, it was a 1 hour later. I thought it was 10 minutes later. Woo!
that's how she leveled up.
Yeah.
So
One level.
I guess that's all I'm saying is like this show I hope is going to lean into the comedy aspect of it, as opposed to the overpowered protagonist aspect of it. Because it's pretty hard to do that well.
Thought you liked Isekai Cheap Magician.
I don't. Never spread a rumor like that that's so profoundly untrue. But, like, One Punch Man does overpowered well.
Yes.
Slime does overpowered well because it's not really focusing on how he's strong. The goal isn't to be strong. The goal is sort of like the Civ aspect of the world, where he's trying to build a city.
And One Punch Man is not about Saitama.
He's basically the punchline of... He's the main character, but the show is about everyone around him.
Yes.
And I just hope this show does one of those routes instead of trying to just be like, play it straight.
I mean, that turtle's definitely going to have its own episode.
Or the alternative being what Spider does, where they don't start really strong, and it takes 5 books for them to feel really strong. And it feels really good.
Unfortunately, she's already very, like, near God level strength because she fucking ate a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my other problem with the show. is that sort of...
I have no weapons, but I must do damage.
that comedy premise of I will use my glistening white triangular tooth to open up a can of this dragon's blood.
Just the song "I've Got a Fang" by They Might Be Giants starts playing.
Yeah. That joke is funny, but the second time I watched the show, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is how this plot line gets resolved." Ironically, the same way that would get resolved in Slime
Yep.
and Spider.
Yeah, actually, wow. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
But it's just like the degrees of separation of how it's handled makes it sort of doesn't feel as good.
No, I get you.
Now, I want to just drill this home. I still think this show is good. And I still think it's worth looking at.
It's much better than the other stuff.
So
Most of the other stuff.
So I guess with that, unless you guys have other things you want to drop in with on this show, we have to decide which one is more worth looking at.
Inspector.
DJ? Remember, it's not like you're going to be banned from watching it.
I know.
We're not allowed to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, you have to watch it in shame.
You have to take a vow of anime fan and never speak of it.
See, I don't think it even matters. 'Cause I think, Eric, you're picking Inspector.
No, which one do you pick? Never assume, because no one could have assumed that Eric would pick Nico Parra.
Yeah,
True.
I didn't
True.
see that coming.
God, I don't know, actually. This is actually a really hard decision for me. I really love the banter and like the way that the characters play off each other.
It's the writing that set me.
But I love like the just tropey comedy of Maple Story. Eric, what's your choice?
You have to pick one.
Eric, what's your choice?
You pick.
No, I'm gonna actually pick Maple Story just because it'll be more fun to talk about on the podcast.
You don't know that.
I think it will be.
It doesn't matter. I pick Inspector.
Exactly.
But like, I would have totally been like, no, you know what? I would have been happy with either one. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it seems that everyone in this room is gonna probably keep watching both,
Yeah.
like filthy casuals.
We just can't talk about it.
So I guess the question now becomes: is Inspector now the final round?
No, it is in a 3-way next round, I think.
Well, no, that doesn't work.
Why?
Because of how tournaments work, for one.
Why can't we just put it in the next bracket?
Because then who's it playing against?
Why can't we just put it on? Oh, what, do you want to just seed it so it's going up against the finals? You said. I'm asking you.
Yes.
Okay, fine. We can do that. That's
It's
fine
good.
too.
Yeah, it gets a buy round because
Yeah.
like, it's because what would it have been up against?
Well, the one it would be next to would be
Plunderer and Budokan.
It's not even. It's not like. Yeah, it gets a buy round because like even whether it's 1v1 or 3-on-2 and 2-on-2 and whatever, it's done.
like I don't even know how we would make it work. It's like a round robin best of 3.
Yeah.
You guys have a 3-way battle.
Okay.
I think it works better as.
That's fine. We can do that. That's fine.
Well, I guess we're gonna watch all of Inspector now. Damn.
Yeah, we're committed.
Well, most of it anyway. Boy, what a timeline to be alive in. We didn't even have to watch Oda Cinnamon Nobunaga.
Thank God.
Or Science Fell in Love, so I had to prove it.
I really don't want to watch that.
I'll watch the first one. That scientist one, though. No.
Do you know what Oda Cinnamon Nobunaga is?
Yeah.
You do?
No.
They're all dogs.
I know.
Yeah, Oda Nobunaga gets reincarnated as a dog.
I saw the poster.
Okay.
And I was like, hell yeah. I'm Ray.
Still Eric.
DJ.
Not on the top 8 anymore.
And I suppose this concludes round 1.
Finally.
Actually.
Like.
Of the Winter 2020 Death Game Tournament.
For realsies.
And
we'll see you around the halfway point.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Well, it'll be next week for you.
Yeah.
But we'll see you when we get to round 2. Good night.
Bye and bye bonds. Got to sign off, Ray?
What did you just say? Buy bonds?